Hi everyone. Are you confused by offers you've been made through UAC and wondering how you can still be eligible for future offers? If so, keep watching. The overriding principle of offers is that you can only receive one per round and you cannot receive another offer in a subsequent round if you get your first preference. However, there is a way around this. So one of my students has allowed me to use her as an example to explain the process. Many of you will have been made offers in a couple of different ways. The first way is directly from a uni, for example, ANU or early entry from UOW. The other way is via UAC, and my student has been offered courses by both methods, so she's a really good example. If you've been made an offer direct from a uni, you just need to follow the instructions from them to accept it, which you should do even if it's not your first preference. These courses don't need to be on your UAC preference list, and it's important they're not because otherwise they're just wasting a preference. If you've been made an offer via UAC, I'll show you how to do that on the screen. So you go to the UAC website, which is just uac.edu.au, and there's now two different ways that you can access your offers. So if you hover over apply, log in, and down here on undergraduate offers, if you click on that, it will require you to put your UAC number and your UAC PIN in. I've already done this to protect the privacy of my student. And so once you've logged in, this is what it will look like. So she has been offered the Bachelor of Built Environment at UC. So to accept the offer, all she needs to do is click on read how to respond to your offer. That will then take you to the university's website, in this case UC. If you scroll down, it has some information there for you. And then right down the bottom, applications through UAC, accept or defer. It's as simple as that. Or the other method, which is my preferred method, as you need to be logged in to manage your application to do other things anyways, to do it this way. So again, hovering over apply or log in, when you click on that, it will then bring you to the manage your application page where you put your application number and your PIN number, and then you hit login. Once you've done that, it will then bring you to this page. And if you click on your correspondence, you'll notice that down here, number 3, it says offer of admission UG standing for undergraduate. If you click that, it will bring you to this, and it will give you the information about the course. And then you can literally click this green button to accept your offer. Now, if you want to be eligible for future offers, you need to understand this. You can only be offered a course that's higher than the one you've already been offered. So you need to make sure that you delete this course from your UAC preferences once you've accepted it. Some people feel uncomfortable doing this, so they just move it down to the bottom. You can do that from the course preferences tab at the top. So if we click on course preferences, you will notice actually this is a really good time of year to show you, because see this yellow box, it says you're temporarily unable to change your preferences. That's because between each round there's a small window of time when you can't change your preferences, which is why it's super important that you accept and change preferences as soon as you receive them. Usually there are arrows here which allow you to change the order of your preferences, or a cross to actually delete a preference. So unfortunately, I can't show you how to do that, but it's really simple and it's really intuitive. So using my student as an example, she received the following offers. She received 2 offers to 2 different courses at UOW directly through early admission. So they're not on her preference list, but you will notice she still does have some UOW courses, but they are different courses. And she also received the Bachelor of Built Environment from UC. Now, you'll notice she's just moved it down to the bottom because she hasn't accepted it yet. She wanted to allow me to use her details to do this video, but she'll accept that as soon as this video is done. So although it's great to have 3 already locked in, it really only makes sense to have 1 or 2. If we look at her preferences on UAC, let's say that the Bachelor of Planning at Macquarie is really the one she wants to do. She needs to keep that as number 1. Or say if it was Bachelor of Sustainable Communities, she could change it. It doesn't really matter. But say one of these is her actual preference, she needs to have it as number 1. So once she's done that, she then needs to think, out of the 3 that she's already accepted, so the 2 UOW ones and the 1 UC one, She needs to decide which one is going to be her backup, just in case she doesn't get her first preference on UAC on the 23rd of December. She should then contact the two that she's decided that she doesn't really want and decline those offers. That way, those spots in those courses will now be available to be offered to other students in subsequent rounds. Having said that, if she's not certain which of these three she would like to be as her backup to her first preference, then she should just leave it until she actually is 100% certain. But remember, if you've accepted 4 courses or 3 courses, you're only actually able to study one. And if you just sit on those 3, no one else will be offered them in subsequent rounds. But you need to make sure you're certain, always have one sitting there. So if you're still confused, get in contact with me, or if you're a student from another school, contact your own careers advisor, and hopefully this helps.